All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before I get into this video, two things very quickly. I'll be live on here at 1 o'clock this afternoon for a natter if you want to come along for a chat. That's UK time. And my morning briefings are now on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. There's a briefing on there today. It's about an hour long. I know some people really enjoy them, though. They're about Cop Talk, the channel, the website, the community, my life, Liverpool. Also, there's all sorts in the morning briefing, and you get to see Remy as well, my rescue dog, as a rule. So that is on my other YouTube channel. The link is in the video description, and it'll also pop up on the screen at the very end. Okay, a little round, pretty face of me. Must have been taken last summer, that, because it's got a bit of a tan in it. Anyway, so those are the two things I just wanted to tell you about. This video is a summary of what's in the Spanish football dailies today. I've been to the cafe and reviewed all them for you. After this, I'm also going to review the English newspapers. I did that yesterday, and you guys enjoyed it. So if you enjoy it, I'll do it for you. What we're going to be talking about in this video, obviously we're going to be talking about Trent. He's on the front pages, as you can see. We're going to be what we're going to do is we're going to briefly go over the Trent stuff, briefly go over some stuff to do with Huijsen, Xabi Alonso. We're going to be talking about him, and also Darwin Nunez. Now, the Trent and Huijsen stuff I'm going to record in separate videos. That's because this is supposed to be a summary, so it'll keep this short. And if you don't want to know about those things, you don't have to go and watch those videos. So I'm trying to, save you time, if you like. You're probably sick of hearing about Trent and the Huijsen one. You're probably thinking, we're not going to sign him anyway, Dunk. So I understand that if you feel that way. I'd still take a look at those videos. I think there's some interesting bits there. I won't tell you to go and watch them. If they're shite, I'll just tell you it's a waste of fucking time. You know what I mean? But I think they're all right. I'll let you be the judge of that. So let's get started. Trent's big signing sparks defensive doubts. Hey, they've already started on him. He's not even fucking got there yet. So the headline they run with today is big signing with question marks. Now, it's not all to do with his ability or anything like that. So basically the question marks is the battle with Carvajal to be the number 2. This is the accompanying text here, by the way. It's the battle with Carvajal to be the number 2. He's a cannon in attack, but soft in defence. That's a question mark over his defensive abilities. And his participation in the Club World Cup is up in the air. Will Liverpool release him earlier in his contract? Don't get confused with the transfer windows, that there's going to be these different transfer windows this year because of this Club World Cup. Liverpool can release him from his contract regardless of transfer windows early, but Real Madrid would have to pay for the benefit of that. And you've seen that mentioned in the press in the last few days that might happen. We've discussed it on here. In fact, what feels like months. Earlier this year, I told you that's something that Real Madrid were looking at. There's people saying that they would pay up to £5 million for him to be released a few weeks early. I don't believe that personally. That would be about €6 million, I think. They didn't offer really a lot more to try and sign him in January. Couple of million maybe. All right. So anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. So this front page leads to a 2-page spread inside. You can see a little bit of it here. And it's on pages 2 and 3, which shows the importance that they're giving it today, the coverage, if you like. And the article inside is about these things I've just told you about here, the question marks that are over this player, and, where he's going to fit in the team, can he defend, etc., his availability for the FIFA Club World Cup, right? Which the winners get £97 million, right? And FIFA are really trying to make a big deal of it. Absolute joke that they made another transfer window for that, in my opinion, but there you go. So, like I say, I'm going to record a separate video for this. It will follow this one, as will the Huijsen one, which, to save your time, if you don't want to watch that, basically Huijsen shakes up Real Madrid's plans. Marca have an opinion piece about him today. I'm gonna record a separate video on it. There's a lot to go through. Plus, there's additional reporting in AS regarding Huijsen. And also, I just want to show you something. But hang on, let me just stay with my notes first. And that video will also touch on Virgil van Dijk and comparisons. And I found some stuff of interest, so I think you might with that, because some of you might be thinking, obviously you're thinking, is Virgil going to stay? I think he will, but he's not the future, is Virgil van Dijk, and Huijsen will be the future of another club somewhere, a club with ambition. You know what I mean? Might be a bit harsh because I think if Real Madrid come in for him, no one's going to beat that. So anyway, but it's not as simple as everyone thinks, this Real Madrid thing, and that's what we're going to talk about. In fact, a former Real Madrid star is quoted in AS. Like I said, there's a couple of things we're going to be talking about in that video about Huijsen, as saying, if you ask me today to pick between Van Dijk and Huijsen, I'd still take the Liverpool man. And he goes on to say a bit more, so I will be covering that. For now, I'll just summarise what Marca has said today, but check out my next video if you want to hear more. Marca, Real Madrid originally had plans to sign a centre-back in the summer of 2026, which I've said before on here. That's kind of backed up now. When the contracts of Alaba and Rudiger expire, 2 big money deals due to both arriving on free transfers. But Huijsen's performance in a high-stakes knockout tie, combined with strong interest from several Premier League clubs led by Chelsea, but also including Liverpool, United and Newcastle, has convinced Los Blancos to accelerate the move to avoid losing him like they did with Lenny Yoro last summer. So this is backing up what I've said to you, right? This is backing up, the suggestions that Real Madrid are not looking for a centre-back at the moment. That was the plan for next year. But if these other clubs are going to go for him, well, he's not there on the screen. If they're going to go for him, that could prompt Real Madrid to act sooner. Now, is Huijsen going to sign for Madrid, Marcus say? It's possible and even likely because both sides want the deal. Now it's about finding middle ground. Now, this is a key point that I've mentioned to you multiple times recently about that 60 million euro release clause and what Florentino Perez is actually willing to pay for a defender who's caught his eye, yes, but who is still, there's still finances in this. People think that Real Madrid are just going to go out there and buy Zubimendi for 60 million euros and Huijsen for 60 million euros. That's just not going to happen. So the opinion of this chap that wrote this article, which I will go over, this opinion piece, which I'll go over in the other video in more detail and the other stuff, backs up what I've been saying. 1, Real Madrid don't intend to recruit a centre-back now, but in 2026. 2, Real Madrid may be forced to move now due to other clubs, although I think Huijsen would be willing to wait a year to get a move to Real Madrid personally. And 3, Real Madrid do not want to pay the full release clause, which is what I told you previously, even yesterday, I think. I think that they, if they could get him for 30 million or something like that, pounds, I think they'd be all over it. Now, I have a contact in Madrid at Marca now, and that was the information fed to me about that release clause. And it's now in, was it Marca? It's in Marca today, different journalists. But if you watch my video last night about, what was it titled, guys? Trent Alexander-Arnold hasn't signed yet. Madrid being cautious despite confidence or not taking things for granted. That was because I spoke to a new contact, if you like, at Real Madrid, which I think is going to be hugely beneficial for me moving forward, because it enables me to give you stuff from inside. You know what I mean? Because this contact, this person, if you like, is very, very, very close to Real Madrid. Please don't tell me, yeah, but don't just propaganda. I've done this for nearly 30 years, guys. I'm not stupid. I know when it's propaganda, or I can see things and stuff like that. But it's always good for me to give you more information so that you can compare with what's being written in Spain and claimed in Spain and what's being said in England. Don't forget, journalists often know more than they print. And sometimes a journalist over the years will say to me things and go, but I can't say it, Dung. So just having them bits of knowledge, you know what I mean? I think it's really helpful. It will be really good for us moving forward. I've never had, I was just going to say, I've never had a contact. So I hate using words like sources and that at Madrid. I suppose directly I haven't, but I did have indirectly contact with someone, that I discussed yesterday, actually, regarding Real Madrid, but that was a few years ago. So at one time I was getting really good intel from inside Real Madrid, but not direct to me. It was through a friend. But this is the first time that I've had like, someone that I can tap into on that side of things and just say, what's your opinion? Like I've got opinions that I run by you, and you've got opinions that you run by me. Now I can say that and say, well, what do you think then? Right? And it's beneficial to them as well, because if they turn around and say, well, what do you know about Trent's entourage or his brother or whatever? I can say, right, well, this is what I know. So it's good to have friendship. I prefer to consider, say friendships, to be honest with you. So anyway, that's good. Right, so moving on. I will do videos about Huijsen and Trent after this one. Then I will review the English papers. We've got the live stream at 1. Moving on, Xabi Alonso, there is nothing to say about my future. That was in this publication. Basically, the Liverpool legend won't be pushed on his future and a possible switch to Real Madrid. I've just got a message off my girlfriend on the screen, which totally threw my mind off right there. You can't see that, can you? Basically, he said he won't be pushed on his future. Right, in a highly anticipated press conference, Xabi Alonso left everything up in the air. It was a routine press conference. He did not want to go into many details about his continuity as coach of Bayer Leverkusen, and he said there was nothing to decide, about his future and that, or his time there. It was a good rest period. My focus and that of all the players is not to think beyond. We have to go match by match. There is no deadline. My thoughts are the same. I'm still focused on this season. We're in a key phase. We don't want to speculate about anything beyond football. In other words, their performances and not his future. That was in this publication. Sport and Mundo Deportivo also touch on that. But I didn't see anything in Marca today about that, which I found a little bit odd. But there you go. Okay, now we're going to talk about Darwin Nunez. But Darwin Nunez isn't actually mentioned in the papers here today. But I think it's related, and you'll understand why. Griezmann closer to staying at Atleti. Now, Mundo Deportivo, this is the pro-Barcelona newspaper, or one of them, have an article titled Griezmann closer to staying at Atleti. This is relevant because there have been suggestions that Atletico Madrid could turn to Darwin Nunez in the summer if Griezmann was to leave. Now, they touch on the fact that the striker has just turned 34 years of age and gently mention, with respect, that his performances are not as good as they once were. And then they say something like, but, with his age, what do you expect kind of thing. He's got a year left on his contract, and it would appear that both the club and the player want him to see out that 1 year, so stay with them until next year. Some people thought he might leave this summer, and that could be an opening for Darwin Nunez, possibly. So there you go. This is why I want to do just a summary in this. If we'd have been talking about these other two players, the video would be a lot longer. So I'm going to leave it with you there. I'm going to get on and do the other videos now for you. And hopefully you found this one of use. And like I say, I'll be live at 1, and I will review the English papers for you as well. You enjoyed that one yesterday, so if you like it, I'll do it. All right. So what enables me to do these reviews? I have subscriptions for all of these newspapers, including the ones in the UK now. If you want me to continue doing those, I wouldn't be able to do them without the support of you amazing people. So you can support me by thumbsing up the video. It shows encouragement, and you can leave me a comment. The comments really help me because I get to feel your opinions. Of course, you get stupid opinions sometimes, usually from rival fans or newcomers. But I like to listen to the community. I like to see if I'm right with my thinking. And together, collectively, we tend to work things out, don't we, guys? So, a thumbs up, a comment would be lovely. If you want to buy me a coffee, that's more like a beer, really. If you'd like to buy me a coffee and I get a free biscuit for Remy, my rescue dog, then if you hit the super thanks button, it's the love out under the video. I will give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's morning briefing on my other channel. And of course, I just want to give a little nod there to my channel members. They're the people with the footballs next to the name. They're really important people around here. They don't join the channel for exclusive content or anything. They do it to support me. And thanks to the support you give me, I'm able to, pay for all these things and that. And it all adds up, So anyway, don't feel, shitty if you can't do that. Not everyone's in a position to, but it costs you fuck all to be nice. So leave me a nice comment if you've got time. All right, guys, I hope you appreciate the video. Appreciate No, I don't mean it like that. I hope you found the video enjoyable. The effort, appreciate the effort. Yeah. Works both ways. You help me, I help you. All right, guys, take it easy. I'll be back in a minute. All right.